coming out for my leave.
Hello, puppy. You ready to go for a walk? Ready?
Back to the other end when we fell down. We could not believe we would lose it all. Now the dreams are gone and faith has drowned. Everything we lost and we never found. Thought I'd see the end, but we went down. We could not believe everything would fall. All our dreams are gone, and now we've drowned. Everything is lost, never to be found.
Yes guys, that is a giant block of ice. Quite a few of these on the field. It has been absolutely freezing here in London over the past few days. We've actually had some real snow, which has been quite a good experience, considering I need to put it with the cold anyway, so at least I might as well have something to enjoy with it. So this is probably actually my first white Christmas. Being from Australia, we don't really get snow, so a bit of a different one for me. Out here walking Nala, so yeah, I just attempted to write the word subscribe in the ice block. It didn't really go to plan, but anyway. Guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is James, and welcome to my channel. Hope you're all having a great day so far. If you're not already, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Smash that like button for me, it really does help me out a lot. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to be touching on the subject of bringing out lagging body parts. So hopefully you guys will find this video helpful and you can take something away from it, and if you don't, then you probably already know quite a lot about training, because I know that this is quite a big topic that I get asked quite a lot about people, how to bring up my chest, how to bring up my shoulders. I get that all the time. So using this advice, these tips that I give you, it's universal, it works with all body parts. If you listen to what I have to say, then you will make gains. It's as simple as that. Alright, I'm going to finish walking Nala, and then when I get back home, then I'm going to have a quick chat to you guys about that. So I'll see you in a bit. Whee! What is it? Do you want to play fetch with the ice? Ooh. Here it is. Nala.
Look at your cute little paw prints. Me. Nala. Me. Nala.
Alright guys, so just got back. I'm actually going to make this a 2-in-1 video, so I'm going to talk to you guys about bringing up lagging body parts, and I'm also going to do this as a full day of eating video. Reason being is because with my meals it's not really that complex, so if I was to do a full video on just a full day of eating, it would literally be like 2 minutes long. So yeah, it's not going to be long enough for that, so I'm going to add it into here just so I can show you guys what my current diet is like. And also I'm going to quickly run through the reasons as to why my diet is the way it is, because it's probably going to be quite different to what most people... Well, actually no, there will be quite a lot of people that do this sort of diet as well. But I'm going to get into that later. First I'm going to get into lagging body parts. No, up. Alright. Get this jumper for you. Ooh. And your head. Whee! There we go. There we are. We did it. Ah. All right. So, lagging body part. My hair is still a mess. I need to get that sorted soon. Okay. So, lagging body part. There will always be at least one muscle group in everyone's body that struggles to grow more than others. Whether it be chest, back, legs, whatever it may be. For me, at the start of my journey, the biggest struggle that I had was shoulders and legs. It literally was like, I mean, legs was definitely a big part, like due to the fact that I didn't train them for the first few years. Rookie mistake, I think we've all been through it, where you just don't train them at all because you're like, it doesn't matter, no one will ever see your legs, just worry about chest and arms and maybe a bit of back. So yeah, legs and shoulders was always a big struggle for me. And I obviously had to play catch up with legs, especially because of the fact that I didn't train it for the first few years. So that was a big thing for me to try and bring up. Even still, it was always a bit of a struggle. Even when I did get into training it, it was always lagging behind other muscle groups. Shoulders as well, they just sort of like were a lot smaller. My chest was making my shoulders look a lot smaller. So to put it plain and simple, all you do is just you increase the volume. So what I mean by that is, if you have a lagging body part, so let's say you want to bring up your chest, you need to increase the amount of times that you train chest in a week. So the majority of people, when they train, they probably hit each muscle group once a week, unless they're on like a push-pull legs program. You should up the frequency of training of chest, specifically, from once a week to twice a week. So you're increasing the volume of the muscle group that you're training per week, and by doing that you're increasing muscle stimulation, increasing protein synthesis, anyway, within that muscle group. So basically you're activating the muscle group twice per week rather than once per week, and obviously that's gonna increase muscle growth. It's gonna obviously help you to bring that muscle up. So it's not a super in-depth process in terms of explanation. You just hit the muscle group twice a week. What I normally do, so what I've been doing, because I've been training legs, so for example legs, I do 2 sessions a week. On Wednesdays I do a heavy focus day, so like a lot of heavy lifts, heavy squats, heavy Romanian deadlifts, and stuff like that. So I get my big heavy lifts in, I really focus on for mass. I also do obviously target like isolation exercises and stuff like that, which are more high rep stuff, but that's primarily focused on heavy stuff. And then I train legs again on a Saturday to again stimulate muscle growth through protein synthesis. And this day is more focused on high volume, so it's hitting it from both angles, so to speak. I'm getting my high volume days, I'm getting my heavy days. So this is just more like super high reps, it's smashing it, supersets, drop sets, giant sets, which I do on Wednesdays as well, but this is like a lot more focused on that, so it's like super intense. And yeah, I've found that like that's really worked well. I've brought up my legs like a long way from what they were. If you follow me on Instagram or even on YouTube, I've put up some leg day videos and stuff. You know, I'm not saying that I've got the best legs. Obviously I've still got a long way to go, but I've brought them up a long way, and it's been down to the fact that I've been training them twice a week. And shoulders as well. So shoulders for me, I train shoulders solely on their own on Monday. Again, sort of focusing on heavy lifts, so I get my heavy dumbbell military press in there, heavy hammer strength press on the machine, get some heavy weight up on that, and again I still do isolation exercises and I'll do like supersets and stuff, probably more so with shoulders because of the way my shoulders react. They react really well to like you know, high rep stuff through supersets and drop sets. And then the second day of shoulders that I train will be with chest. So I do chest on Thursdays, and finish off the chest, I do a bit of shoulders as well. But on my Thursday shoulder day, it's more just like raises and stuff like that, just more like accessory work. So yeah, isolation stuff. Alright, so I just ran out of memory on my memory card, just deleted some few things on there. So I'm back. As I was saying, I think I was talking about isolation stuff. Reason why I focus more on isolation exercises, accessories like lateral raises and stuff, is because I really want to focus on really getting my shoulders to pop on the outside. So the lateral head of the delt is like the major focus for me on my second shoulder day, but I obviously do throw in like rear delt flies, front raises and stuff like that as well, to help bring those out as well. So again, that's another benefit of training a muscle group twice a week. It really helps you to like specifically target like, you know, individual muscles. Like as I gave an example with my shoulders, trying to bring out the lateral head more, so I am able to do that more when I do them twice a week, because I can sort of dedicate a sole sort of area in that muscle group. So yeah, like I said, it's not super in depth, and like I said, a lot of you guys probably know this already that are watching this, but I wanted to make this video because I know that some people out there wouldn't know this, because I do get questions about it all the time. So plain and simple, smash it hard. Every single session, I always preach this, literally give it as much as you can in every single session, no matter what day it is, because I'm currently training 6 days a week. So whether it be Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, whatever, I give it absolutely everything in every single session. Whatever muscle group you want to grow, literally smash it twice a week. I guarantee you, if you increase your frequency from once a week to twice a week within a particular muscle group, you will definitely see results. It is always good to focus on like improving one muscle group at a time. You can do 2 at a time, but just obviously know that like if you start trying to do like loads of things at once, then it's going to be harder for you to make those changes. It's better to sort of like dedicate one muscle group at a time. For me, I sort of did focus more on legs development first rather than shoulders, because like legs by far were like the biggest like focus point for me, because yeah, they were like non-existent. But yeah, so hopefully you find this useful. If you have any questions in terms of that, be sure to drop it in the comment section below. But like I said, it's not really that complicated, to be honest. So smash it twice a week. Give obviously adequate rest in between the 2 days. As you notice with both my muscle groups that I just told you guys about, there's usually about 2 to 3 day gap in between the two. So Wednesday for legs and Saturday for legs, and for shoulders it's Mondays and Thursdays. So it's still giving yourself adequate rest. That's it. I actually know one thing real quick as well, because I see a lot of people do this in the gym, and yeah, it's a very common thing, and I went through the same thing myself. Alongside increasing your frequency of training, increase the quality of your lifts as well. So I know this is quite a broad term, but especially like, you know, obviously when you're doing heavy lifts, I know that it's not going to be like perfection. You know, there is going to be some sort of like quickness in the reps and stuff like that. You're not going to be so like worried about getting nice and slow reps out. But on your other day, if you do the sort of same thing as what I'm doing, where you're like doing more high rep stuff, I try and like really focus on connecting with the muscle as much as possible, really bringing out that mind to muscle connection as much as possible. And what I mean by that is like, just take your time with the exercise. It's not a race, you know. Like I see so many people just like banging out tricep press downs, and they're just like, it's like they're trying to win a race or something. Like, just take your time, you know, feel the squeeze. I always preach to my clients, like, hold the squeeze for 2 seconds, you know, like, bring it down nice and slow. For example, if you're doing a lateral raise, don't just, like, start flapping your wings like a bird. You know, take your time, go up, down, and down nice and slow. Just feel the connection with the muscle, really focus on it, and that's going to help you bring out bring out the muscle even more through mind to muscle connection. So that's another thing as well. But that's pretty much it for that. I'm going to take you through my diet, my current diet plan. Alright guys, so with my current diet at the moment, I'm on a carb cycling diet. So I find that works really well for me. You can really use it to your advantage in terms of training, and it really helps to keep you lean as well, while gradually still building muscle mass. The reason being is because you have basically with carb cycling, you have a low carb day, a medium carb day, and a high carb day. The reason why you can manipulate that is obviously because you have your high carb days before like a big muscle group. So if you're going to train like legs or like a massive back session or something, you would have your high carb days the day before that, so you make sure you're nice and fueled up for those. And then obviously on your low medium carb days, you would sort of be more focusing on like keeping lean, losing body fat, stuff like that. So you generally be like quite a lot lower with those there. Like I said, mine is pretty basic. I don't like to overcomplicate my diet, because if I do that, then I'm just going to get bored of it. I keep it pretty much the same the whole way through. Obviously in the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, I'm relatively like, you know, lenient with it. I just have like a more of a relaxed day, you know, without going too crazy sort of thing. So I still try and keep it fairly clean. Alright, so in the morning I'll generally have 100 grams of oats for breakfast. Recently I've been a bit lenient with that, and I've been having like just normal cereal, like these Cheerios. They're oat Cheerios, oat clusters, whatever, I don't know. So yeah, it's still like relatively clean, not as obviously like strict as like normal oats, but like I said, it's like a relatively like flexible but controlled diet, if that makes sense. So 100 grams of oats in the morning, and then I'll have I'll cook all my meals together. That I break it down into like 2 or 3 containers, and it's usually I'll either have like 400 grams of chicken breasts for my protein, or like I'll have steak mince. I usually try and keep it relatively lean, but they didn't have any, so I went with these 15% fat beef mince, and that is 500 grams. And in terms of my carbs, so how I differentiate that between the low, medium and high carb days is low carb day I have 150 grams of uncooked pasta. On my medium carb days it's 200 grams of uncooked pasta, and my high carb day is 300 grams of uncooked penne pasta. So that is pretty much it, guys. Like I said, it's really not that complex for me. Like I said, I've done the whole complex dieting before, and I'm just going to run you through it on MyFitnessPal. Yeah, I've done the whole complex dieting thing before, and like inexperience for me, it just doesn't work. I just get too frustrated with it. So yeah, that's about as complex as it gets for me. I do weigh my food like during the week and stuff, so I know I'm on check. So low carb day, I'm having roughly like close enough to 2,000 calories. So 100 grams of oats there, the penne pasta 150 grams, and the steak mince. For argument's sake, I've just each day I've put steak mince, but obviously like I said to you guys, I'll generally switch it between turkey, chicken, or sometimes I get salmon as well, but that is expensive as fuck. And beef mince there. My second day, come on, there we go. My medium carb day puts me at around about 2,100, 2,150 calories, and that's because I'm upping my penne pasta to 200 grams, so like I said, it's very basic. My third day, my high carb day, is closer to 2,500 calories, and that's because penne pasta goes up to 300 grams. Cheese! And that is essentially it, guys. Like I said, I stick to that throughout the week, Monday to Friday, alternating between low, medium and high carb day. It works really well for me. Like, it won't work for everyone, but I do like recommend carb cycling diet because it does help. Again, also it helps with like your mental side of things as well, because if you're just constantly in a low carb diet, it does get to you after a while. Like, your energy levels definitely do deplete if you're in a low enough state, and also too, your body is smart. So the whole reasoning behind carb cycling diet, like the scientific side of things, is that basically like your body is very smart. So if you're just like constantly in a low carb diet and you're essentially starving your body will go into what's called survival mode. So if it knows that you're starving it, then it will hold on to fat stores in the body to try and survive, because it knows that you're not going to give it much in terms of carb intake and stuff like that for your diet. So doing carb cycling diet just helps your body to relax a bit more and like let go of those fat stores, because it knows like, oh okay, I'm going to get some high carb days in there, and then you slam it with the low carb day and it's already like quite relaxed anyway, because it's had the high carb days and whatnot, and it will allow your body to drop body fat better than what it would if you were just constantly on low carb diet. Because sometimes people come up to me or like message me or whatever, and they say like, my diet's like really good, I'm like super low carbs all the time, I barely eat any carbs at all, and actually it turns out that they're probably starving themselves too much, and that's why like they're struggling. Like, they sort of start to see progress and then they plateau, and that's because the body goes into survival mode. Yeah, carb cycling is really a good way to go, especially if you're like, you know, struggling to see results and stuff like that. Unless like you've got a specific diet for like competition or something, carb cycling is always a good way to go. Because like I said, I'm still building muscle, and I'm still keeping relatively lean. I'm currently around about 76 kilos. like it fluctuates ever so slightly, but yeah, which is pretty good for me because I'm quite lean. I'll actually give you guys a quick physique update and I'll close off the video. But yeah, 76 kilos at the moment. Strength is still going up, like coming back up again on my list, so I'm happy about that. That's pretty much it. I've been rambling on quite a lot, so hopefully you've taken some information away from all these words that have been coming out of my mouth. So abs are still very visible, featuring the noisy damn fan. That thing is so annoying, but the lighting in here is pretty good. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you found some of it useful. If you guys like the video, please be sure to smash the thumbs up button. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe as well. I'll be uploading more and more content. I was meant to upload a video on Sunday. I do apologize if you were expecting a video on Sunday. I know it's not a major excuse, but obviously with Christmas and everything, we had a Christmas party, like, and it ran till like really late at night, and I didn't want to just like rush into like trying to upload a video just for the sake of uploading a video. So yeah, that's the reason why I didn't have one on Sunday. But yeah guys, I'm going to try and get another one uploaded on Thursday and another one uploaded on Sunday as well. So hopefully there'll be 3 videos this week for you guys. So until next time guys, keep making those gains and I'll see you next time. Peace!
Little bit of Salt Bay.